You ever watch someone try to steal your land right in front of your face and act like you're the problem for getting mad about it? Yeah, that was me. The day they towed that giant white RV off my driveway with her still locked inside screaming about bylaws and emotional distress was the day my quiet life officially ended, but trust me, that wasn't even the craziest part. My name's Samuel Graves. I'm a retired Marine, and after 2 decades of deployments in barracks and sandstorms, all I wanted was peace. So I bought 27 acres just outside a little nowhere town called Bell Ridge, Arizona. Land was open, sun was clean, and the closest neighbor was a good half-mile away. Or so I thought. Turns out the land I bought used to be part of some busted development called Vista Eco Estates. Fancy name, no houses. The original builder went belly up, but a leftover HOA hung on like a barnacle. And sitting at the top of that little paper empire was a woman named Delilah Keene, president of the Vista Eco HOA, armed with clipboards, laminated bylaws, and a pathological need to control anything that had a mailbox. She showed up 3 days after I moved in. Bright red blazer, pearl earrings, little fluffy dog tucked under one arm. I was fixing the irrigation line and saw her coming up the drive like she owned the place. "Mr. Graves," she said, offering a stiff smile. "I assume you received the community standards packet?" I wiped my hands. "Ma'am, I own this land outright. Not part of any HOA." That smile didn't move. Just her eyes. Technically, this parcel was annexed into Vista Eco during the 2001 expansion filing. Technically, I said, your expansion filing never materialized into actual homes. And I have a deed that says otherwise. She didn't like that. Said she'd consult her board. Left in a huff. I figured that'd be the end of it. It wasn't. Over the next month, she drove past daily in a golf cart with HOA stickers, snapping photos like some suburban paparazzi. Once she even yelled at my dog for digging near the fence line, said he was violating the soil integrity zone. I laughed. She didn't. But the real trouble started when I came home from town one afternoon and found an RV parked right next to my barn. Big, white, and ugly, blocking half the tractor shed. I thought maybe someone broke down, had an emergency. But nope. There was a handwritten note taped to the barn door. "Dear property resident, due to underutilized land and temporary overflow housing needs, I have stationed my recreational vehicle here for short-term purposes. HOA approved. Delilah Keene." HOA approved. On my land. I called the sheriff, but Delilah got back before he did. She came strutting down the driveway holding a casserole dish like she was delivering peace talks. "Samuel, let's be neighborly," she said. "There's plenty of space. No need for all this fuss." I told her point blank, "Move it. Now." She laughed. "You can't tow private property without legal cause." I handed her a trespass notice, signed and dated. The sheriff arrived, confirmed I had legal standing, and gave her 48 hours to vacate. She didn't. Instead, she doubled down. String lights between the trees, patio furniture, even held a Sunday potluck with folding chairs and her HOA board eating deviled eggs next to my hay bales, like it was some campground she owned. That's when I got a lawyer involved. We verified the deed, double-checked every zoning clause, and scheduled a private tow through a company used by the county. The morning of the tow, I watched from the porch with my coffee. Tow truck rolled up, big and slow. Delilah came flying out of the RV in a silk robe, screaming. "This is communal space," she hollered. "You have no right." The officer on site just folded his arms. "Ma'am, you were served. This is trespassing." She locked herself in the RV. Didn't matter. They towed her with her inside, screaming the whole way down the dusty drive. I thought it was over. Then I found the envelope. It was taped behind the propane tank on the RV, my full name on the front. Inside was a photo of me and my late wife Anna, standing by the barn in happier days. And a letter. "If she returns, don't trust her. There's a deed behind the tool cabinet. Use it if things go bad. Love, Anna." I ran to the barn, pulled back the old cabinet, found a hollow spot. Inside was a locked tin box. Used Anna's old key from my keychain. There it was. An older deed. One that predated the Vista Eco HOA charter by 2 years. Signed by Anna's parents. Transferred solely to Anna and me. Stamped, notarized. Rock solid. I called my lawyer. He said, if this holds, the HOA has no jurisdiction. None. Not even a little. The next day, Delilah showed up with a lawyer of her own. Some guy in a navy suit and 2 white teeth. We'll be suing for illegal towing, emotional distress, and community disruption, he said. I handed him a copy of the deed. He read it, blinked, looked at Delilah. You didn't mention this. She stammered. It was lost. I didn't know it still existed, which meant she knew about it, maybe even tried to find it. A few days later, an old man named Cliff came by. Said he was once on the HOA board. Your wife was a good woman, he said. Delilah hated that she got the land. Wanted it for herself, even back then. Turns out Delilah had once been Anna's friend. Then a partner. Then something went bad. Anna never told me. But Cliff said Delilah had filed a land claim in the late 90s to develop the area into a luxury RV park. Anna blocked it. Legally. That made Delilah furious. And now that the HOA was nearly bankrupt, she was trying again. To claim my land. Sell it. Profit. Disappear. I thought that was the end of it. But one night, I heard noise by the barn. Checked my cameras. One of them had gone black. I crept outside. Someone had cut the wires. I found footprints by the shed. The lock was busted. Inside Anna's journals. Torn. Scattered. A few missing. I checked the deed box. Gone. Luckily, I had scanned it. Next day, I got a message from Cliff. Meet me at the county clerk's office. There, he showed me something worse. Delilah had filed a new proposal for eminent domain, with forged support letters. If passed, the county could seize my land for a bypass highway. 3 days to stop it. I posted everything online. The deed, the letters, the photo, the forged docs. Called it Save Willow Run Ranch. It blew up. Veterans, neighbors, reporters. People came out in droves. At the hearing, I stood in front of the board and held Anna's journal in one hand and the original deed in the other. She died protecting this land, I said. Now I am. The crowd roared. Sheriff confirmed the forgery. Board voted. Proposal denied. I thought it was finally over. Then the barn caught fire. Middle of the night. Exploded into flames. They found a gas can. With a fingerprint. Pink. Delilah's. She'd made bail. Vanished. Became a fugitive. Few weeks later, a man knocked on my door. Said his name was Alton. Used to work with Delilah. He handed me a letter. Dated 1998. Her handwriting. If Anna doesn't sell, I'll take the land another way. Even if I have to burn it. That was the nail in the coffin. She was arrested trying to cross the border 2 weeks later. In a spray-painted RV. Fake tags. Sunglasses and a hat like it was some bad disguise from a movie. They got her. 6 months later, we rebuilt the barn. Bigger. Stronger. We painted it Anna's favorite color. Deep red. And I opened Willow Run Ranch as a community farm and veteran retreat. Kids plant gardens. Retired folks teach woodworking. Local schools come for field trips. That land's alive now. And just last week, someone left a box on the porch. No note. Just a photo of Anna and Delilah, back when they were young, smiling. I don't know who left it, but I stood there, held the photo to my chest, and whispered, "It's safe now, Annie." I kept it safe. So tell me, folks, would you have fought back? Or just let it go? Let me know in the comments. And if you know someone who's ever had to fight for what they love, share this with them. Because sometimes, the only way to stop the fire is to rebuild stronger. Thanks for listening.